Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the Scorpion Trucker. Well, is the Scorpion Trucker really going out of business? Am I really going to close my doors? The answer might surprise you, but I'll be right back and tell you all about it right after this. All right, am I really going out of business? Well, I want you guys to check out this video that I made. I made it a couple of days ago, and it's kind of long, so hang in there and check out the entire video, because at the end of the video, I'm going to come back because I want to give some acknowledgments to people that have really been a big part of my life, part of trucking and all of that, and also some additional information. So I shot this video. It's a little long, so hang in there with it. It was unscripted, so it was right from the heart, uncut, and it's going to tell you everything that's going on with the Scorpion Trucker. Check it out. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Today is Friday the 26th of April. Yes, the time right now is about 12 minutes to 6. I am just outside of Bismarck, North Dakota. And yes, the title is not clickbait. Yeah, I'm closing my doors. Done. Hanging it up. And I'll tell you guys all about it. But first, let me tell you what I'm doing on this run. I'm actually on a 20-stop run. I picked up in Phoenix, Arizona last Friday, and then I sat for a few days because I had stuff, the commitments I was taking care of, and I left the house on Wednesday morning. Thursday morning I delivered in Carbondale, Colorado. Hello to all my people in Colorado. Sorry I couldn't come by. I was rolling. Carbondale on Thursday, yesterday morning. And then I boogied all the way out to South Dakota. I've got people in South Dakota too, but they're not there this week. So, unfortunately, I'll be in this truck stop for the next few days. I'll be leaving out on Tuesday morning. But anyway, give you guys a little bit of a guilt trip for leaving me out here all by myself. But no, that's okay. Anyway, so I had 2 deliveries this morning in South Dakota. One in Rapid City and one in Spearfish, South Dakota. Let me just tell you guys my places I'm going to be delivering to. So there was Colorado, Rapid City, Spearfish, South Dakota. I'm in Bismarck. I'm about 10 miles. Let's see. North, south, east, west. South of Bismarck, where I'm at. So I'll be delivering Tuesday morning in Bismarck, North Dakota. I've actually got 2 stops in Bismarck. Then I'll be heading 2 hours north up to Minot, North Dakota. Hope to get those 3 done. Should be able to get those 3 done on Tuesday, which will be the 30th, May 1st. After Minot, I've got a 5-hour trek over to Perham, Minnesota. I'll deliver, I've got Perham. I'm not gonna give you the entire rundown, just get through it. I got a lot to cover, so I'm just gonna run these down for you. Perham, Minnesota, Waite Park, Minnesota, Wilmar, Minnesota, Red Falls, Minnesota, Lakeville, Minnesota, Elk River, Minnesota, Hershaw, Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Waupaca, Wisconsin. I love some of these Indian names. They're so cool. Waupaca, Wisconsin, New Hampton, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Muscatine, Iowa, Williamsburg, Iowa, and the 20th stop will be in Albia. Well, Albia, monkey's uncle, Albia, Iowa. And hopefully, if all goes well, we'll see what happens. These are approximates. Should be done with that one on Tuesday the 7th. All right, Yes. Yeah, I'm closing my doors. I'm done. I hope this is my last run, but we'll see what happens. I have got someone working on my resume right now, and I hope to start posting that while I'm on this trip. To give you guys a little bit of a breakdown, a little bit of back history, I got my CDL, it was 7 years ago in January. 7 years ago in January. And I did work for a company. I worked for 2 companies as a company driver in California. And I'm not sure if all of you know this about me, but I'm what you call I'm a Sabbath keeper. That means my holy time is from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. I don't work during that time period. No exceptions. So what I found out, what I found out early on, was that it's kind of tough in trucking, actually, because trucking never stops. Trucking is 24/7. So when I knew that we wanted to move out of California after 3.5 years as a company driver, and there were a couple of times where I had a problem with the Sabbath. Bosses wanted me to run. They don't care. The freight's got to be delivered. I declined. Told them I would do it on Sunday. Well, we're not open Sundays. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I did have a couple of breakdowns that were legit. I mean, those are real emergencies. Okay, so I had to, work on a Friday night. I had to finish my stuff on a Friday night. Not happy about it, but those types of things are unavoidable. But to me, it's something that I'm dedicated to. There's no exceptions. People have said, oh, well, God won't mind if you work. No, that's not what I read in the Bible. So I'm very strict to that. And what ended up happening was, initially I thought I would get my CDL, join a UPS or a FedEx, and be there for the rest of my career. But can't do that with the Sabbath. So the next best thing was going to be to get my own truck, be an owner-operator. So that's what we did. And that all worked out great. So we left California. I bought a truck in July of 2020. This truck right here. Good girl. Good girl. In July of 2020, moved to Arizona. I became an owner-operator in August of 2020. So I'm just under 4 years. The goal for us, my wife and I, was to move to Arizona. Cheaper there. We never would have been able to really retire the way we would want to in California. We just didn't make enough money for that. Never been able to own a home. The move to Arizona was exciting because it's cheaper there, and the chance to be able to buy a house. The plan was to start our business, grow our business, be able to buy a home. The goal was to be able to purchase the home, pay the home off in 10 years or less. And we're almost 4 years into that plan, and things just haven't gone well. Honestly, they have not gone well. Trucking, being an owner-operator, and trucking in general. I never began this journey ever wanting to be an over-the-road truck driver. Now, some people, and I'm going to say this, and I don't mean to say this in a way that's mean, but there are a lot of people who make comments that have never been in trucking. People come up to me, yeah, my dad was a truck driver, and I used to ride with him in the summers, and my grandfather, and da-da-da-da. Well, that's not, you don't understand what it's like to be an owner-operator. Even as a company driver. I was a company driver 3.5 years, all excited to be an owner-operator. And some of the owner-operators that I spoke to, when I told them that I was wanting to become an owner-operator, I asked them about it, and they said, yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Well, I understand now. but I don't have any regrets for doing it. It has set us back 4 years of our, 10-year plan. We're 4 years into that, and not only we're in a worse situation financially. We're quite a bit in debt, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to just stop right now. We're just going to stop right now. I don't want to go further into debt, and just move on. Trucking has been really kind of cool in a way, to drive a semi-truck. It's been great to see our beautiful country. It's been wonderful to be able to stop and visit friends along the way that I've run into. Those have been all the great and wonderful things. But at the end of the day, I bought a truck and became an owner to make money. And it hasn't worked out. It just hasn't worked out. I mean, the timing was rough. When I started, it was in the middle of COVID. After COVID, the rates went up through the roof. That was a good time, but I knew it wasn't going to last. All of my mentors, everyone in the industry said, this isn't going to last. There's no way that these rates can be sustained. And they were right. They said, hey, if you can, pay off your equipment, put some money in the bank, because this isn't going to last. And in fact, the backlash to all of this is going to be much worse. Well, we're in that backlash right now. Fortunately, I was able to pay off my truck in 2 years. We were my wife and I, we've been in the most ideal situation when we started our business. Literally had zero debt, no car payments, nothing. The most minimal that you really could be. The best possible position for starting a business. So that was good. We, that first year, we were profitable, which was good. The second year was a bit of a struggle. I got hit in August of my second year. Some of you remember that. My truck got demolished. I wasn't injured. For those of you who don't know, I was at a truck stop, and another truck driver pulled out, and with his trailer, he clipped my front end and basically destroyed my truck. That put me out of business for 4 months. The last 4 months of that year, I forget what year that was, 2021, 22. And yeah, it was devastating. See, a lot of times, see, people don't understand. I mean, the repair bills are very high, and they're going up and up and up and up. There was a good 2-year period right there where there were no parts available. People were sitting for 3 or 4 months to get a part that was relatively minor. I never had that problem, unfortunately. Anytime I needed parts, I was able to get parts without much of a wait at all. But the problem is the downtime. See, this is our only income. I mean, my wife, makes a small little retirement thing, but that doesn't really do anything. So my income is the sole income for our family. And yeah, I mean, so the downtime, the in-between time of getting loads, that type of thing, all of that stuff has taken its toll. And just the inconsistency of freight. The loads I'm on now, they pay well, but then, the damage is kind of already done by the time I am able to get out and run in between these. So I was really hoping that this year would be better, that I could maybe find some stuff more locally, but the local thing has not worked out at all. I ran a local load. I ran a local load last week just to try, because I don't like to, sitting at home. Every day, every business has a daily rate They have a daily cost that they have to cover every single day. My business is the same. I have a cost every single day. By me being home for a few days, that cost was continuing to go up. Let me give you an example. I picked up a load. It was a great little load, just picking up in Phoenix, delivering to Prescott Valley. It was only, I don't know, 80 miles, something like that. 80 miles, $300. So I go pick up the load, got in and out, that was good. Deliver the load, I had to get a little bit of gas, but by the time it was all over with my expenses and all that type of stuff, out of $300, and I believe I ran for about, the running to pick up and deliver and all that type of stuff was about 8 hours. My settlement was $25 out of $300. I don't normally talk money and stuff like that, but just to let you guys know, I mean, that's what's going on. So, trying to run local, it's really, really bad. So anyway, the bottom line here is that, you know, I've given it my best shot. My wife and I both feel good about it. It's a good decision. In my experience, you know, again, let me go back to I never intended to be an over-the-road trucker. Come back around to that. Never intended. It's funny, I have on my computer, I wrote out a business plan of what I wanted to do. Back when we were in California, you needed a business plan to be able to get a loan for the truck. So I presented my business plan. My business plan didn't say I want to, you know, be in Maine and Connecticut, you know. I didn't want to be all over the country. I wanted to run locally or regionally. Regionally means like around your area. When I was running from Phoenix to Colorado, it's 900 miles one way, Phoenix to Colorado and back, I did really, really well. Well, that freight lane it's still there, but it's less than half of what I was making back then. So that's the reality. And back in February of 2022, business was really, really bad in this area. So I had to start running to the southeast, Georgia, Alabama, Carolinas, Florida, those areas. I've been running for 2 years, and because that's what I needed to do to stay in business. Well, I've been running for 2 years, and the sacrifices that I've had to make have not paid off. Trucking has taken way more from me than it's given, in terms of monetarily and then personally. You know, I've had 2 people very dear to me that have died while I was on the road. My uncle, I would have been able to at least go visit him before he died, but that didn't happen on the road. And I also missed his funeral as well on the road. And just recently, a month or so ago, my grandmother died. I was in Pennsylvania for her funeral. I've missed a few times when my kids have come to visit and I'm someplace else. It would be a little different, a little bit, only a little bit, if I had money in the bank to say, well, you know, I kind of needed to do that, you know, while I was gone, while I missed these things, you know, I've got money in the bank to show that I made something. Well, that's not the case. It's a pretty significant deficit there now. And those will never come back. You know, those will never come back. And I never planned to do that. I never planned to be over the road. Again, it's had its benefits, but mostly it's been not worth it. So had to make that choice. It's not worth it. And so I'm looking for other things. I have a background, a broad background in sales, marketing, customer service, that type of thing. I was a director at a company in Sacramento for almost 2 years, where I managed 2 managers, 12 employees. I did the maintenance and on our fleet there as well. Mechanically inclined. I am a certified jet mechanic, and so I've been able to do all the work, most of the work on the truck myself. That has saved me a lot of money. I was a technical recruiter and salesperson for over 7 years in the Silicon Valley and throughout the Central Valley of California. So I've got recruiting. I know how to hire. I know how to fire. I know how to source people. I know how to train. I know how to coach. These are things that I'm quite strong with. Customer service, building relationships. I'm on this load. This one load, as a result of this one load, has been keeping me like right here, so above water. I'm looking to get into management. I'm not looking to drive a truck anymore. I'm done with it because of the inconsistency with trucking. It's trucking. You know, there are gonna be dates and times when you have something planned and everything's gonna go wrong on that day. You're gonna get a flat tire. You be held up at a shipper for 6 hours. I've been through all of that already, and I'm over it. I'm done with it. I want my life back. My music has been on hold for almost 4 years, longer than that actually, because I kind of stopped when I was in California. I couldn't keep gigs because every time I would set a gig, blow a tire, held up for 3 hours, and I missed my gig, so I just started canceling all that stuff. But I'm excited. I'm excited to move on. And I've gained some experience, you know, being having my CDL. I'm going to keep my CDL. I'm not going to let it go. But having been an owner-operator for almost 4 years, I've learned a lot out here about logistics. I'm running into shippers and receivers every single day, and having good customer service. Yeah, so I'm looking to basically get into management, hopefully with a company in the Phoenix area. And so if any of you know anybody that might be hiring, let me know. Leave a comment or send me an instant message and let me know. But once I get this resume completed, I will be actively looking. I've seen many positions that I think I'd be a good fit for. Looking forward to having my life back. While I was home this last time, my wife and I had a chance to, you know, go for walks every morning. We have live in a beautiful neighborhood. We have a lake by our place with a park, so we're able to walk. And yeah, we're looking forward to having our life back. And I can be honest, you know, my relationship with me and my wife, we've been married, this will be 33 years in September. And our relationship has taken a bit of a hit because of this. But we're fine, you know, we're not, you know, going to separate or anything like that. But it's just weird because when I'm on the road for a month or longer, and she's at home doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, I come back home and it's just a little awkward. It just is. If you've never been away from home, it is. And I don't like it. You know, and that was going on for 2 years. Over 2 years, longer than 2 years. So, but, you know, we're good. And we know areas that we need to kind of get back on track. And that's what's most important. Because this is all about, you know, that's what I've done all of this for. It's for my wife, for my family, for us. And yeah, and it is time to move on. I'm hoping to sell my truck once I do get, find my next employment. And hopefully by selling my truck, I'll be able to pay off a big chunk of our debt. And, yeah, what else can I talk about? Yeah, keep me in your prayers, and I appreciate that because I, you know, still have this run, and hopefully I'll finish a week from Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, and then I got to make my way back home in a freight market right now that is just in the tank. It's terrible, and so I'm really hoping that I actually do have a couple of leads already that I'm kind of excited about, so I'll follow up on those next week. And we'll go from there. Looking forward to working out with my wife, just being home. you know, just having, you know, a regular life, having a regular schedule. You know, I'm not looking for anything that's working nights, Monday through Friday, 6 to 3, you know, 8 to 4, 8 to 5, whatever, that's it. Clock in, clock out, go home. And, but hopefully with my background, my experience, I can make a positive impact on the company, whichever company that I end up joining, and maybe help to build that, because I am very entrepreneurial, and who knows, in the future I've got some other ideas for some stuff that some ideas that I wouldn't have never gained if I hadn't been in trucking. So, you know, some things have come from this, but some valuable things. But yeah, all in all, time for the Scorpion Trucker to call it. So that's what's going on. I will keep my YouTube channel though, because I have literally so much content that I've already shotten? Let me know. Is it shotten or shot? I've already shot. I already shot it. But anyway, I'll have time to maybe put that together, because I put my channel together to try to help other drivers in the industry. So I will continue that. It's funny, I'm still getting subscribers and I haven't done anything with that channel in as long as I haven't made a video here. So it's been well over a month, and people are still finding some of the content to be helpful. So that's cool. That's what I'm put the channel up there for. So I've got some more stuff to do with that. After that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Not really thinking about that right now, because it's, you know, just moving on to bigger and better things. So once again, I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for your thoughts, for your prayers. Please don't think that this is a bad thing. I am completely fine with it. You know, hey, businesses come and go. And in fact, I've got an interesting fact from the Department of Transportation. February 9th, 2024, they cited that 88,000 trucking companies went out of business last year. 88,000. So there's some stuff going on, you guys. There's some stuff going on, and companies are still going out of business. Big carriers are still going out of business. So yeah, I feel great. I don't feel like I'm a failure or anything like that. Look, I gave this my best shot, and sacrificed way more than I should have. But yeah, I'm happy to move on. So thanks again for your thoughts and prayers. And I hope you guys are doing okay as well. Some of you are dealing with a lot more serious things than trucking, dealing with a truck and that kind of stuff. So many of you are in my thoughts and prayers, and hope you guys are well. Again, it's Friday. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll be here for the weekend, but I'm fine. I'm actually going to go in. I'm a little scruffy right now. You see, I'm a little scruffy, man. A little bit scruffy. So I'm going to go in here and get a shower, and then I'm going to come back and with my air fryer. Go check out my air fryer video on YouTube. It's really cool. But anyway, tonight I'm going to have, I've got a ribeye steak in there. I'm going to have ribeye steak with asparagus and a nice big old juicy salad. So I'm going to start my weekend off well that way, and then I'm going to Zoom with my family tonight, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. So anyway, hey, thank you guys again for hanging in here, and I don't know when I'm going to make another video. I know some of you guys have, you enjoyed, and it is cool. I mean, that part of it, but anyway, stay tuned. I don't know. Take care, you guys. I will chat with you later. Good night, and bye-bye. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Yep, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for the Scorpion Trucker. But that's okay. I'm good. As I mentioned in the video, I'm good. My wife's good. But some things that I failed to talk about in my Facebook page, because it really doesn't apply to any of my friends on Facebook. They really don't know the people that I'm getting ready to acknowledge. So I want to acknowledge them right now. Number one, I want to acknowledge my mentor, Jeffrey Like. from the moment I got my CDL, the moment I knew I wanted to be an owner-operator, I knew that his company was the only company that I wanted to work for. Jeff he's been a mentor, he's been a friend, he's been someone that I can call for all types of advice. One of the things that I wanted to do when I joined Like Trucking, I wanted to make a positive impact on the company. That's just the way I am. I'm very entrepreneurial. I want to help get in and grow something, grow businesses, and that has served me well in the past, and it's served me well even with my own business here. And I feel I have done that. I feel that I will leave a positive impact on Like Trucking. The load that I'm on now, the broker that I'm working with here, that contact will stay on with Like Trucking. The contractors at Like Trucking will continue to be able to run, those who want to, these multi-stop loads. They pay very well. They pay better than anything else that's out here right now. Much better. So anyway, I just wanted to throw out, Jeff, you know how much I care for you, what I think about you. I respect you immensely. And I just thank you so much for, again, being a mentor, and just being a really cool, honest, respectful human being. Jeff's a good guy. He's a really, really good guy. And I thank you so much for the opportunity here. As I mentioned to you on the phone when we spoke, I really do hope that we will be able to stay in contact and may even work together in some shape or form. Good people are hard to find. Good, honest people in this world, in this industry, are difficult to find. And Jeff's one of those guys. And I would love to stay in contact. If there's some opportunity that may come down the line where we can work together in some fashion, I would welcome it with open arms. And the second person I would like to acknowledge is Steve Snorlord. Thank you, man. Steve and I have had many, many fantastic, just heart-to-heart conversations about trucking, conversations that go beyond trucking, and about just life. And yeah, we had a nice long talk when I called and told him that I was hanging it up. And yeah, I appreciate your mentorship, your friendship. It really goes beyond words. I mean, really. And if there, ever anything that comes up that might be able to throw your way to help out, it's done, man. It is done. So yeah, that's pretty much, would like to thank everyone at Like Trucking, the other contractors as well. Shannon, never met Shannon before, but thank you for your inspiration and drive and positive attitude. Yeah. Again, and I just have, it's just been a wonderful opportunity. I'm glad to be moving on, though. And I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen next. I want to talk with you guys about my truck. I am selling my truck. I own a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia. I will make a separate video that will be coming next that will outline all the specs on the truck, and yeah, and I'll answer any questions that there may be. But yeah, as soon as I get back to Arizona, I will be turning my trailer in and getting my truck ready to be sold. So hey, thanks again, you guys. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Thank you so much for all of your support, all of my subscribers throughout the couple of year and a half or so that I've been doing this. And I want to thank you all again. Go ahead and hit the subscribe, hit the like, and that's it. Scorpion Trucker, I'm out.